You're now listening to Just Sex Talk. Now let's get to talking.
All right, cool. Well, we got a guest. We're going to bring in our guest, MarKus. House of MarKus.
Hi.
How are you? You're sitting there quietly watching us.
Enjoying the entertainment. Doing all right. How are you?
You all right? It's been probably about, we had you on a podcast like probably 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah, that's great.
A lot of things going on since then.
Good. I'm very excited you're here, and I respect you a lot, so I think you can.
I appreciate it.
For our BDSM listeners and stuff, I think it'll be a good show for them. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
That's always a tough part. I never wear the shit to write down my own bios.
We don't give a shit.
He
Well,
enjoys
emphasis on the bye.
He enjoys long walks on the beach and
Yes. Long walks on the beach / romantic dinners. And
Did you know that I'm a Believer wasn't by the monkeys? And
I didn't until you said it. And I had a tune playing in the back of my head.
Yeah,
but
once you
couldn't-
say it makes sense.
Yeah.
But
I just couldn't remember what it was that was going on in the
Are you a
background. But
believer?
I'm always a believer. Every once in a while I can fly.
Is that a beaver? Like Justin Bieber?
I'm a believer in the
Beaver?
beaver.
No, I'm a believer.
And I'm
not a
not
beaver.
talking about Justin
All right,
Bieber.
so
Justin Bieber.
let's get back to you. I'm sorry.
So no, I've been in the lifestyle for going on about 18 years now. More in the kink and aspect more than anything else in alternative lifestyles. Came in it. I think my story is probably similar to a lot of other people's. You know, I went through a bad breakup and was trying to find who and what I am, and I realized that I was. That happened. I realized I was the common denominator in all my failed relationships, and I tried to look at what was my taste in partners, and they're eclectic. It's different aspects and all the ways around. And so I started digging more on myself and identifying traits that I had about myself and what I took pride in. And
In my relationships, I usually cover them in dog shit. And then after we break up, I remember I covered her in dog shit,
Well, I mean,
we
there's
broke
that.
up, but you still been covered in dog shit.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's one way to go about
It's
it.
flour.
That's what I meant when I said you're.
It's flour and hamster urine.
Oh God.
But it drew on a lot of my own personal character traits and what I found comfort in and my relationship style in it. So I enjoyed the dominant and submissive power exchange, and it brought me comfort in that one. And I found that my relationships were stronger with better bonds. That we were more compatible with people that also identify as the same thing. So I started exploring more in the BDSM world, was more on a dominant submissive relationship style. It wasn't so much onto the kink of throwing floggers and bondage and things of that. At the time when I came in, I thought I had to learn how to do that, and that was a tough
Look,
learning
he's
curve.
he's already doing
I'm
it.
already-
Yeah.
You're beating up the mic. You the slave. You the slave.
Get out of my face.
you signed the contract.
You stay right here. No farther than this.
Just stay within range.
Yeah.
I don't like yelling. But it was a fun venture on it. I started thinking that I had to learn how to throw floggers, and I needed to be doing sadistic things, and I tried to relate to it. But I'm really not a sadist. It does not bring me any personal pleasure to inflict pain on somebody. But during that journey, what I did end up finding was what my kink is, and I fucking love the squirm.
The squirm.
Oh, the giggle, the moans, the squirm, people just losing their ever-loving shit where they don't know if they're coming or going or if they can mind or
Are they
what their name is.
comfortable or uncomfortable?
I like implex, but I want to be different. Like swips, floggers, and paddles. So now I always want to get into shoe throwing. Like you lay there and I just have a bunch of. I was
just going to hang out with some Latinos.
you take the chunk lock.
I was gonna thrift store buy a bunch of shoes.
Just-
And I'm like, pow, pow.
Is that on
That
the
made me
giving
think
or on
of-
the receiving side of it?
That made me think about in Puerto Rico when you put the shoe in their face and you said, "Whose shoe is this?" They were getting head and you put somebody's shoe in their face and you said, "Whose shoe is this? Smell it."
Oh my gosh, Chris.
That
Do you
doesn't sound
remember
fun.
this?
No.
Oh
No.
God.
I don't remember how I do.
So fun.
I'm
So
always
much fun.
I'm always entertaining.
I don't doubt for 1 second I was there, but
Yeah,
I don't
we
remember
were,
that.
yeah.
I
It
don't
was
know if
great.
it's something I did it. I probably did that.
I was there.
Like I
She's like, you did.
I wanted to be more funny than enjoy a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just
That
Tough
sounds like
choices.
choices.
And some things you got to
Everybody
do.
got choice.
Sorry, I'm bad at.
No. So it came in. That's where I did learn what my kink is. I really do. I love the squirm. So when I'm playing with a masochistic person, I can do sadistic things. But
These are really big words.
That means
Hey,
if somebody likes to
that's
get
my
beat,
dog.
can hurt,
Can I throw shoes at your butt?
Yeah,
get hurt them if
yeah,
they want to
yeah.
get hurt. But he doesn't
Okay,
like to
okay,
hurt
okay.
them.
so a masochist is someone that
Likes the-
gets pleasure from pain.
Me.
And a sadist
Oh.
is someone that gets pleasure from inflicting pain.
Okay, that's me.
Got it.
No.
Okay.
And yeah, I think everybody's got a little sadist and a little masochist in them. Some of it is, I think it's better when you get a conscious control over it than let your subconscious do it.
I don't know.
We've all had that friend that's got the emotional masochist that's always out for the relationships.
I just like to run up to people and be like, say uncle, say uncle, say uncle.
Do you want a twister of the titty?
There's that too.
Yeah, so I think we actually experienced that a little at a young age. Like we kind of.
Oh yeah, it's your brain doesn't really comprehend the difference between pleasure and pain. It's what we're seeing that we perceive to understand the difference between it. But the chemicals that go on in our brain the minute we feel something that's intense, whether it's intense excitement or intense pain, our brain's getting a chemical load that's identifiable. And we recognize that if I hit my thumb with a hammer, that's supposed to hurt. So my brain says this hurts, and I'm getting these feelings. But at the same time, if somebody comes in and surprises you in a good way, and you get that rush of excitement going in, your skin's still becoming more sensitive, your blood's going to the extremities, your body starts kicking over to the senses, your fight or flight kicks in, and that brings more sensitivity to the places you want, but it also brings in a set of mind numbness.
No, I get it. Kind of like a fart. Like, I'll fart. Like, oh, wait, I'm supposed to smell it. My brain's to smell it.
You got to remember the steps. But it brings in, your brain doesn't comprehend the difference between the two, but we recognize that, if I smash my hand, that's supposed to hurt. Somebody does something intense that's good to me, then it feels great. So part of sadomasochism play is blurring that line. So it's having a partner there that you were bringing or edging, familiar with edging?
Right.
Bring right to the point of, but not letting them. So bring somebody to the point of orgasm and then inflicting pain on them. So hit them with a paddle or, whatever it is y'all negotiated and got consent to do that. So then it resets the brain and then take them right back to edging again, right to the point of orgasm, inflict the pain again. So the brain just keeps going through a mental reset. So it's...
And then you finally do, it's a big explosive.
If they get permission. But yes.
So I don't want to take this to a dark or sad place, but when I was reading into some of the BDSM stuff, I saw that some people actually use this to heal past trauma.
Yes.
And so is that something that you're familiar with or you've ever dealt with?
Oh, very much so. So part of my focus right now is on a company that I've started. It's called Fox and the Lion, and it works on alternative lifestyles for coaching and counseling and coming into this. And it is something that is very common to deal with, that bottoms will come in and they use kink scenes as a form of therapy. When handled appropriately and handled correctly, it very much can be. For someone, as an example, that has trauma of the power being taken away from them, and that being a point that loss of control, coming into a kink scene where you negotiate that with your partner may be the way for you to take that power back, to face some of those fears or some of that trauma in a controlled, safe environment where you know that you were being taken care of as well as in control of it. And it's always a situational dependent, but it is something that can be very therapeutic. It could also be very therapeutic to having that release. People go to rage rooms. You got people that love running. They like going to the gym. They go get those types of exertions. Well, the same thing you get, but you're doing it in a safe environment where you're sitting down and having negotiations with your partner, so you are in control of the situation, so that it does come to you, or you are able to give it in a way that is safe, consensual, and...
And what if your partner is not comfortable doing that? Are there people
Get a
that
new
will
partner.
step in for... No, I mean, seriously, I feel like there are some people who may not be comfortable actually doing that, and then the other partner may want to experiment with that.
Absolutely.
Are there people that will take that role, that will talk to the male partner or the female partner, whoever it is, and kind of establish guidelines as to what they're going to see going forward?
It's very not uncommon whatsoever. Different from the LS on the kink side. Play partners have a little bit of a different definition, that you may be interested in, let's just say, rope, and you are in a partnership where your primary partner doesn't do rope, but you still want to have rope scenes. So you may have a rope top. There may be another partner you have that y'all just do rope scenes. That it doesn't mean it's a sexual partner. It doesn't mean it's a romantic partner. It doesn't mean it's an intimate partner. It means you and another person have found a common bond over a type of scene that y'all negotiate how you want.
Will you put stuff in my butt?
If you want me to be that partner for you, I will.
I just want to be there.
I just want to hit the camera there.
Yeah.
But it's not a very uncommon whatsoever to go to people that have specialties, the things that they focus on, that they spend a lot of their time concentrating on how to do. Different types of play, from humiliation, degradation, objectification, sissification, to floggers and ropes and impact and needle play and knife play and fire play. A lot of these plays take a lot of concentration and a lot of skill set to learn how to do them. So if it's something you're interested in, then you would go to them to learn, whether it's on the bottom or as a top. But also going to someone and say that I need this type of release, I want to experiment or experience this type, but it's not something your primary partner does, then obviously negotiations.
Please let me throw shoes at your butt.
Yes.
But no, it's not uncommon whatsoever.
And I feel like, so like maybe you're going to talk about this later on in the podcast, but for someone who was new coming in, sorry, I have lots of questions. Someone who is new coming in, right? Like you don't want to offend someone who is very experienced in it as well, or people that might be in the same environment of you while you're learning if this is something that you're actually enjoying, or it's a stop, like you said, like a red, or a 10. So how do you do you suggest them do it outside of like a group setting, or do you suggest?
So another difference between what I've experienced between the LS and the kink side is that people coming into the LS, you don't want to be seen as new. Like you want to come in with some experience on it. In the kink community,
They love that.
The kink community asks questions. Come in, say that you don't know. Come in, say that you're looking to ask and want to know more about it. They love talking about themselves. They love educating. It is very common on that. So come in and say that you don't know. The best piece of advice that I can give to anyone coming into a kink environment, I'd recommend going to munches, social gatherings, stuff like that, and make friends, go with somebody that can escort you around. But if ever in default of whether or not you're doing right or doing wrong, just be respectful. As long as you're respectful,
Yeah.
you're not going to be wrong on it.
That was always my thing. So, like, it's not that I'm not into it. I just have to have that trust with somebody. So, like, I feel like I could never come in, just be like, okay, yeah, beat me up, slap me.
And you never should. Absolutely never should.
But if I'm with somebody and I trust them, then it's so much fun for me.
Absolutely.
But if there's no, like, I could never just, like, walk in and let somebody tie me up and hang me from the ceiling.
See, and I'm completely opposite.
I
I am opposite. I do have to have trust with people, like normally to, continue a relationship. But I will tell you, when I went to the show, they had, the back area where they have the flogging going on, and they have that whole wall with all of the, I don't want to call them gadgets, but what do you call them?
Toys.
That works great. Toys.
Gadgets
Toys.
is fun.
Okay. I just feel like when you say toys, I just feel like it almost is disrespectful. I don't know. Like, that's just kind of what I felt. So
Well,
sorry,
I call
said
my toy
gadgets
bags
back.
my toy box. So
Okay, good. I can say toys.
Yeah, no.
But so
I just want to tie you
When
up
I
and
went
play
to
this
that-
little piggy. This little piggy.
Oh, God.
so when I went in there, I think there was actually kind of a crowd because I wanted to go back there, and there was a bunch of people already back there, and I, was like, hey, I want to try this, and Mike was like, please, because he doesn't enjoy doing that, right? And so he was like, yeah, let's do it. And so I got up there, and I think everybody expected me to just be like, okay, just like try just a little and then be done. And so I was like, as he went on, I was like, okay. And so then I was like, and he did the same thing where he gave me like kind of the 0 to 10. And we began, and I just got more and more into it. And it was almost as if, like, when he talked to me, he asked me a couple questions, but it was like I'd known him forever. Like, it just felt comfortable. And I don't know that that'll be like that for every partner, but I just felt like I trusted him because he was very knowledgeable, and he was telling me, what I was going to feel, and if it didn't feel that way, let him know.
Yep.
But I feel like that would almost be like he was a professional. Does that make sense? Like, you're not going to go to
I'm
somebody.
not just going to go to a stranger and be like, hey, beat me.
Right.
Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. So, like,
like,
you wouldn't go to, like, you wouldn't go knock on your neighbor's door and be like, I'm having back
No,
problems.
for
I
sure.
need to bump my back. So you would go to somebody who's like, so I see what you're saying that.
Yeah, I
that,
feel like there's just a difference.
There's a lot of different ways to go about it. I mean, when you are getting into these types of play, you are taking another level of safety into consideration.
Well, I do go to my neighbor, like, can I borrow a cup of sugar?
But discussing with them, negotiations are always key. I always recommend vetting your partners. So if you are interested in experiencing something, then go ask your friends. Go ask around. I guarantee word of mouth will get you around to somebody that at least can vet, that give you the experience on that. I know that some of my groups and a lot of other groups here in DFW, they host tastings or doing demos at events like that where you can go in and get a taste, where it's not a scene. You're not committed or confined to that one. You can go in and get a taste, see if you like it.
You.
There's that. That's a different events. We have those as well. But going in there,
What is the Hawk Tua event?
I want to go to the hospital.
events,
I'm interested.
maybe
No.
be careful on that one.
Here, taste everybody. Hot to it.
Oh, no.
But go vet your partners, do your negotiations, ask questions. If they don't want to answer the questions or they're being hesitant about it, it's your first clue to walk away from it. That trust factor and comfort for any top is going to understand that that's a requirement, because this is physical play, but it is more psychological than it is anything else. I'm using the body as a tool to get to the mind. And if that brain is not where I want it at or where it needs to be for me to use it, it doesn't matter what I do to the body. So you coming in and trusting me at least enough for what we negotiate is very key. But if you're coming in with concern or worry about what's going to happen, or you don't trust me going in, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
And that goes both directions. So vetting your partner, asking them, when have you done this? How long have you been doing this? What do you know about this? Do you know any of my friends? Do I know any of your friends? Anybody ever seen them? Or watching them? So if you want to experience somebody, if you have the opportunity to watch them with someone else, that's also part of the vetting process, and see how they handle them. Do they listen to their bottom? They listen, or top, bottom, whichever.
So that's what it's called, a top and a bottom.
Top.
Okay.
So the biggest
What do you
misconception.
think you are?
A bottom.
I mean,
I can
I'm a
totally
little
see you
above.
topping it.
That's a switch.
There is.
So there's the terms we can jump into. This.
Yeah, we'll get there.
There's dominant and submissive. And many names fall underneath dominant: daddy, little, or daddy, mommy, master,
Big
sir,
Papa.
big papa, handler. Those names
Big
all
Papa.
classify as a dominant. And under submissive, you have sub, little, slave, many different
Brat.
variations of names going on.
Grandpa.
Brat.
Papa Gijo.
But one of the biggest misconceptions that comes out there is that there is a difference between a top and a dominant. There's a difference between a bottom and a submissive. A dominant can be a bottom. A submissive can be a top. That dominant and submissive is who you are in your exchange, who you are in your relationship, that's the one in authority and the one submitting in the authority. That's the dominant submissive agreement. Top and bottom is who's giving and who's receiving.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
So for me, just as an example, we'll put it. I am a dominant. I am not a masochist. I do not get any enjoyment out of that
You
whatsoever.
like giggles. Giggle, bitch, giggle.
He ties you up and tickles.
Sometimes.
Don't make me take my shoe.
I'm very
But for me,
submissive.
I'm primarily a top in most of the play that I do, but I do bottom.
See, I think I would primarily be a bottom, but I
So-
think that there would probably be some situations where I would enjoy being.
I think with men,
depends.
I am a submissive, and with women, I am dominant.
I would
Agree?
witness that.
Yes.
You want to see my
It's not
vagina?
uncommon,
Ooh.
but I mean, it's not uncommon. But
Boss sex
the top
agenda?
and bottom is really the easiest way to look at it is who's giving and who's receiving. And in a scene, that role can change, but it's still the overall toss of it. So, I as a dominant in a scene, I am also a top, and
Can you change in the middle of the scene? Like, hell no.
yeah, we call those switches, and it's quite entertaining. I am very much a spectator when it comes to that. There's a group that we used to go on here in Dallas before some of the places closed down, and there's this couple that used to come in. They both identify as switches, and it was great because they'd always left early, but they'd come around for a while, and you'd see them at one point in time. They're both digging in the same toy bag, and they're trying to argue about who's going to be the top for the night. And then one of them pulls out a toy and says, "Oh, that's a piece of crap," and hits them with it, and they're chasing each other around the room. And they stop by the bag, grab another one next to them. They're going the other direction, so it's constantly changing between who was chasing each other.
Sounds like a Keystone Cops episode.
Oh, it just sit
Or
back. I
maybe,
mean, the giggling, the laughing is going on while they're chasing each other around the room. It was just hysterical all the way in.
that is funny.
I've definitely been in like a they're trying to dominate me, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna dominate you, and we're like wrestling around trying to figure out who's gonna
We're
do
getting into a
it.
power struggle.
Who's gonna break first? A fight fuck.
It gets in. I mean, you get power struggles. You got topping from the bottom. You got bratting out. And I mean, there's negotiations in all sorts of different ways to go.
I like to dominate when no one's playing, like the Dutch oven, like pow.
Stupid.
You're like someone who races somebody at the red light that doesn't know they're racing.
I smoked your ass.
I'm fast as fuck, boy. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Roll down my windows a little bit.
Just Sex Talk is fueled by the haters and recorded live at the Lifestyle Nation studio in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. We hope you enjoyed the show. If not, then this show just isn't for you, and no hard feelings. To experience more shows, go to JustSexTalk.com. And to contact the show, send an email to JustSexTalkPodcast@gmail.com.